Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'd just like to talk for a little bit today about how I made it from Silver 3 to Gold 5 in less than 48 hours. How I was able to get past all of the trolls and get past all the hardships that a lot of people face in ranked or solo queue, and how to get past them. I'm going to touch on three main points today. The three main points are going to be keeping calm, CSing, and watching your game. As simple as that. One of the main points that a lot of people don't realize whenever they play League of Legends is they freak out in ranked games. They don't look at what they're what they're fighting, what's happening. They don't pay attention to any of that. They just freak out and try to take in too much information at one point. And once you get past that, you'll be able to figure out, what to do and how to do it. So to touch on that first point, how to stay calm. In a lot of team fights, the main thing you want to do whenever you're playing League of Legends and whenever you're playing ranked is to stay calm. You want to remain calm, collected. You don't want your heart rate to go up. You don't want your breathing to increase. You just want to remain as calm as possible without making irrational decisions and without making really quick decisions that aren't good ones. You want to make sure that every decision you make is well thought out, you're calm, you're collected, especially in team fights. I can't stress that enough. In team fights, whenever somebody sees, four people trying to kill them, they immediately their heart rate skyrockets, their breathing increases, they can't think straight, your adrenaline starts pumping, and you make poor decisions, and that leads to a lot of team fights that didn't go as well as you did, and then it puts you on tilt. The rest of your game goes bad. You start playing badly. So the main thing you want to do in team fights is you want to remain as calm as you possibly can. Team fights, especially if you play a mid or an AD carry, a jungle, you got to make those important decisions. Whenever you're the mid laner, the most important thing you can do is look for picks. Watch out for an enemy trying to engage on you, especially the opposing mid. You want to stay out of the line of fire while keeping your line of fire open. One of the most important things a mid laner can do is take out the opposing mid laner or AD carry. That can drastically change a team fight and swing the team fight in your team's favor, even if it didn't start in your team's favor. What you don't want to have happen is you don't want to get caught out. You don't want to get snared, stunned, slowed, and trapped. You don't want to get any of that because it can lead to a bad team fight. You start making rash decisions, trying to overcompensate for the small mistake that you made. So you just got to keep a lookout, stay calm, don't freak out, don't start jumping all over the place. Don't try to be the big hero in the team fights. You want to make sure that you make very smart decisions, that you're very calm whenever you make these decisions. Don't try to be the big hero. You don't want to be that one guy that 5v1s the enemy team and get your team the A so you can push for the win. No, this is a team game and everybody needs to participate. You need to be with your team. You need to help your team. If you're a mid laner, you need to rotate to bot and to top occasionally, mostly to bot. I prefer to go strictly to bot. Occasionally I do go top, but the top laner is kind of a solo lane, whereas mid is the bridge in between mid and or top and bot. So the main thing you want to do whenever you're a mid laner is control your lane, control the CS, try to keep them off your tower. If you can't do that, just farm up. That's going to be my next point I'm going to touch on. You need to CS without using a whole lot of mana. You don't want to waste your mana strictly on CS. Now, if you're playing somebody that doesn't use mana, that uses energy or cooldowns, the same thing applies. You don't want to be a Riven that blows, through her entire combo just to get the caster minions, because then your combo's down for the next couple seconds and they know that chances are they're going to engage on you, and you don't want to have that happen. You need to make sure that you can CS with your auto attacks. You need to make sure that you're watching the opponent, how he is CSing. How somebody is CSing can tell you a lot about their gameplay. If he's being aggressive and standing right next to the minions and always being there the last hit, then he's a little bit aggressive. Is if he's tentative and kind of stutter steps back, going back and forth to hit the minions and back off, he's playing passive. If he's barely getting minions, he's playing incredibly passive because he fears you in lane and he doesn't want to die, or he doesn't want to get ganked or nothing like that. So you want to be able to capitalize on these things while still maintaining your CS. I suggest going into a custom game with bots or without bots. Just go into a custom game by yourself and just work on your CSing, whether it be as a mid laner, a jungle, top, AD carry support. any of those. You just want to work on your CS without having to use your mana. A big, huge aspect of this is whenever you're playing AD carry. Let's say you're playing Ezreal. Ezreal relies a lot on his Mystic Shot or his Q to harass the enemy lane because that's his main range skill. He doesn't rely on his auto attacks as much as the other AD carries does, like a Vayne or Caitlyn or Varus. You remain on your Q to deal a lot of your damage, so you don't want to be completely out of mana whenever it comes time for a team fight or whenever you need to disengage, re-engage, gank, whatever's happening. So you need to be able to CS without using mana, and you need to be able to remain calm. The next, the next point is you need to look at your map. You need to make sure that you're watching what's happening. If you're a mid lane, like I was touching on earlier, you need to watch your opponent. You need to see how he's playing. You need to read his play style and see if he's going to be aggressive in the lane, if he's going to be passive, or if it's just a farm lane. That goes back to the CS. All of these tie into each other. You're watching your lane. You're watching how the bot is doing. You're watching how the top is doing. You're watching where the enemy jungler is showing up and ganking. That can tell you a lot of his playstyle. You need to be able to read people's playstyles. I was playing a game. Twitch was being very aggressive. I knew that he would try to stealth in and attack us. That leaves him no way to get out without having to burn his flash. So once his flash is burned and his stealth is up, I know that there's no chance that he's going to be able to get out of the team fight. We can easily engage, easily kill him, especially if he's being aggressive and he wants to try to be the big hero. Don't try to be the big hero. You just need to wait for the picks. You need to play calm, collected, CS whenever you can. Nothing's happening in the team fight. Nothing's happening around the map. Hop into the jungle real quick. Don't do that, minute 3 and steal the jungler CS because he also needs CS. A lot of people view the jungler as just that guy that helps the entire team. But while he's doing that, he also has his own lane. His own lane is the jungle. Top has, top CS, mid has mid CS, so forth, so forth. The jungle has the jungle creeps. That is his only source of income besides the passive gold, and that's not enough to sustain a jungler, especially if you want him to be able to make those ganks for your lane. So you need to make sure to give him the space, the CS, and the gold that he needs. If he's going to come in for a gank and he's going to tax your lane, don't rage about it. It's not worth raging. Don't flame somebody for a simple mistake that you don't think you would make. Everybody has a different playstyle. If a jungler wants to come into your lane and take a couple CS, that's okay. It might put you 30, 40, 50 gold behind, but it's going to put him 30, 40, 50 gold ahead of the other jungler. That's something you need to realize whenever a jungler comes in to tax your lane. Don't worry about a jungler stealing a couple of your CS. You just need to make sure you're watching the other team, seeing how they're playing, what their playstyle is, and how you're going to, come back and combat that. You need to know what your counter to that is going to be. Whenever I'm playing Lux, I like to throw out my E's on the caster minion. I know if I throw out an E and then I auto attack the caster minions one time, it gets them low enough that it either kills them or it's only going to take one more auto attack. I'm always watching the melee minions while I'm doing this to the caster minions, keeping an eye on the other mid to make sure that I'm not exposing myself to ganks. Sometimes it backfires, sometimes it doesn't. Hey guys, I just want to interrupt myself real quick. Notice the Vel'Koz comes in from the jungle. I dodge his Q, immediately dodging his E and his W. He's got no spells up, and I know this. I immediately turn around, re-engage throughout a Q, E, ult combo, and he's dead. That is a perfect example of what not to do whenever you come in for a lane. If you know that you've got no escape, he didn't have flash, don't engage. It's not worth it. Chances are you're going to lose your life. Most of the time, I do come out ahead in CS. A lot of laning phase is getting CS, getting ahead in early game. You need to be able to CS without wasting mana. I cannot stress that enough. If you waste a bunch of mana on CS, you're putting yourself and your team behind whenever you do that, because now the other AD carry is ahead in CS, he's ahead in gold, he's ahead in items, and then he's going to be ahead in kills, leading to more gold, more items, more kills. It's a vicious circle that you need to make sure that doesn't happen, and if it does happen, you want to make sure it happens to you. A lot of AD carries and a lot of mids try to harass more than they do to CS. In order to get a high creep score, you need to be able to fend off the other mid, or if he's CSing, realize that he's going to CS, watch how he CSs, and then maybe try to make a play off of when he goes to last hit. If he's not going to do that, focus on your CSing. If you know that you're not going to win your lane, you need to CS, you need to play safe. Don't try to make the big plays that's going to put you one step ahead. Don't try to do that. It's not worth it. You're just going to get behind. You're trying to be the big hero. Don't do that. Again, you're going to want to remain calm, CS, and your game. Watch what's happening. In a team fight, you need to watch what's going to happen. Who can engage on you? How hard can they engage on you? What's going to happen if they engage on you? And what's your counter plan to when they engage on you, especially if you're playing a high priority. A high priority target means the AD carry, a top that is fed, or mid. Everybody loves to go for the AD carry because they are the attack damage carry. Everybody loves to go for the mid because they are the ability power carry. They're supposed to carry the team. They deal the most damage, the quickest, the burst. They swing a team fight one way or another. A bad AD carry can bring your entire team down, but doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the loss. So if you're playing an AD carry or mid, you need to watch the other team very closely on how they are playing, especially in team fights. If they're diving for the back line every single time, your entire team needs to step back and just reserve themselves to wait for them to try to engage, wait for the other team to be the big hero, which is ultimately going to be their downfall, and wait for them to make that mistake so you can engage on it and you can capitalize on it so that you're not the one being engaged on and you're the one being taken advantage of. You need to make sure that you're watching the other team. Let's say that there's a Vi on the other team and you're playing a Lux. Lux doesn't have any natural, jump, burst, dashes, nothing of that sorts. My only disengage is a lockdown and a flash. Whenever that happens, you need to make sure that you are watching that Vi. If Vi engages on you, maybe you should build an hourglass before you finish your Rabadons or you finish your Luden's Echo. You need to make sure you have some sort of disengage, whether it be natural or item based. Don't always rely on your flash because sometimes it's not going to be up and you think it's going to be up, it's going to go badly for you, it's going to be a bad team fight. So, just watch your map as closely as you can. Watch the other team. Don't let them engage on you as often as they would like to. Wait for them to make a mistake and then capitalize on it. Again, keep calm. CS, watch your map. If you have any questions about this video, please shoot me a message. I also play League of Legends almost nightly on my stream, twitch.tv/Jack Balson. If you like what you see, drop a comment down below. If you didn't, let me know why. I'll try to correct it in the next video. This is the first video of this series that I'm doing. I do want to turn this into a series, how to get out of bronze or Elo Hell. I'm helping several people out of bronze, or Elo Hell as most people call it, currently. So drop me a message, shoot me a message, anything you want to know, any questions, I will answer them as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. You guys have a great day.